This is Lynn.
Lynn is an international student studying at Texas Christian University, all the way from Vietnam. Going to school so far from home, Lynn feels a little lonely and wonders if she's the only person in her situation. In reality, there are thousands of international students in America just like her.
Due to the quality of education, diversity, affordability, and overall flexibility, American universities are becoming more and more attractive for international students. In 2010 alone, the number of international students studying in America rose by 4.7% to about 700,000, 23% of which came from China. With international students contributing more than $21 billion to the U.S. economy, these students are a critical part of the American educational system.
Lynn was determined to find other international students like herself so she could learn about their similarities and differences and get some advice along the way.
So we kind of started learning English probably since our elementary school. Spent a lot of time outside of class learning by myself. I read a lot of English books, and I watch a lot of American movies, TV shows, and also listen to American music. So
That's awesome. I need to do that to improve my English.
Because my first language is Spanish,
Uh-huh.
so the major trouble was hearing English the whole time. Because I was in a bilingual school back home, but then I just had to listen and talk English whenever I was in class, and that was it. But then just hearing and talking English like the whole time, it was like a struggle for me, but then I got used to it.
What do you do when you miss your home?
Yeah, when I first came in Americans, I kind of homesick, and I make friends with Chinese friends to see you. It helped me a lot, and I can chat with them. And because the internet is so convenient for us now, so I can chat with my family and friends online.
School. We go to high school. We went to school in around like 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
And we stayed till 7 or 8 p.m. during night. And we came back, have dinner, and then we stayed till 1 or 2 a.m. every day. So for the education, like the students like only slept like 4 or 5 hours per day.
then we have we call it like night self-study from 6:30 to 9:30. At night we don't really have class, but it's more like you you have to be in the classroom and you have to do your homework.
Hey, do you travel from one class to the other?
We stay in the same classroom, and then just the professor will switch classrooms.
That's like my country, but then so you don't get to wake up because like moving around,
Yes.
and you pretty much know everybody in the class really
And
well.
yeah, we have the same class, the same classmates every time, and since my school was very small, we knew everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Male students have to cut their hair really short.
How short?
There's a specific rule on it. So a teacher will have a ruler. Then they'll try to check your hair length.
Wow.
It's that strict.
So if you don't memorize well, you need to write. For example, if there's one poem and you don't memorize it, or even just part of it, you need to write them down for like over 100 times. So in China, a lot of students are really skillful, write with like 5 pencils at the same time.
5 pencil?
That's why if you write 1 pencil, it's 100 times. If you write 5 pencils, it's 20 times pretty much. So
What you do with your seniors is that you bow a little bit. It's a South Korean culture. It's basically saying that you're paying respect to your seniors.
And what kind of punishment they have there?
Most of the punishments are physical. So they'll hit your
On a palm?
hit your palms, legs, sometimes your butt. But yeah, usually the punishment comes with the whole entire class. So if 1 or 2 people did something wrong, there's most likely that the entire class will get the punishment. Usually there's no open group discussions. I mean, I did heard that some schools are starting to do that, but it's not always like that, and it's usually where teachers just speak. They barely ask questions. Their primary role is to share the information that's on the textbook and then prepare you for the exam. So it's very one-sided. It's not double-sided, where students give response to teacher and the teacher responses back.
My school, they do multiple choice, so that could be a culture shock to me. When I first came here, it was really, up to now, it's hard for me to answer multiple questions just because I didn't have the feel of multiple questions. But I had the feel of like writing essays and stating your views on why the differences and why this is wrong or this is right.
And the grading system, is it similar, like 100%?
We have 1 through 10, 10 being the highest.
That's awesome. So no A, B, C, D.
Yeah, so coming here was really different for me to get used to it. And we don't get to choose the classes either. So we have a set schedule, and we can decide what teacher we want to take it or what class we want to take. We have to take what we are assigned to.
Wow.
Education that affects the Korean students in general is that they also won't have much space of creativity. That's because the teachers and a lot of the environment around them don't allow such things to happen because they think it's kind of like a waste of time.
We tend to have a more serious professional relationship, like teacher is teacher, the student is student. It's better to keep the space between the student and the teacher, and which is more important.
You are not allowed to date or even have a relationship in high school. And if your teacher find out about it, they're going to report to your parents, and they'll ask your parents come to the school and kind of educate you about it. And but people still like secretly dating, but it's like really secret. So.
Yeah, it's like meet me at 3 behind the yard or something.
In TCU, like when I know they have few like a students association organization, they can join those like organization to learn more about the culture, like to get involved into activities like the ISA, the International Students Association. They have a bunch of activities, and yeah, that's a good one. If they come, I definitely recommend that one. And ICF, I think they're yeah.
I feel like every student that comes to TCU, well, to the United States, has to be more open-minded. And like Latin countries, I feel like people are really like close together, and there are a lot of about affection, and even like when we say hi, we kiss each other cheek, and then coming here and trying to get used to something else was very hard. But just like being open-minded and be willing to learn new things.
First, I will say definitely keep an open-minded, and also try to adapt yourself to the new situation. And also, FYI, if people hug you over here, it doesn't necessarily mean they love you or they try to do anything to you. It's just their way to show that they're friendly. Because in China, it's more people just wave hands or just nod their heads, say hi. But I know here people are really friendly.
Wow, what an amazing experience with all those friends. I got to learn a lot from them, try similar and differences. We have like physical punishment that's similarity, and although some differences, but we all get together and learn more about each other, which is great. I hope that I will make more friends through this.
International students can have a great deal of difficulty assimilating themselves into American universities, but this process is made much easier once students realize that there are a lot of similarities between all students. It's important for universities to help integrate international students with domestic students to make their own establishments more enticing for international students all across the globe.
Hopefully other international students can find their place just like Lynn.